It is the Riot Podcast. This is the Thursday, April 6th edition. If you're counting down the days to when Nikki returns, you've got this episode and one more, and then Nikki will be back. So we're looking forward to that. But in the meantime, Isaiah, I do have a question for you. When you go out to dinner with somebody and you're pretty sure they're going to pay, do you make an effort to order something cheaper than what you think they're going to order?
I'm a pretty cheap order.
Normally, you try to keep it.
I feel awkward about the whole someone paying for me thing.
Yeah,
I feel really weird about it. The only people that I don't is my parents.
You just let them do it.
I let them do it.
Yeah, they've been doing it your whole life. Why stop?
That one doesn't feel weird, but anyone else paying for my food just seems unnecessary.
Yeah,
it seems odd.
If you know it's going to be a trade-off thing, I feel like that is just like, why don't we just split it type thing.
Yeah, I think it's weird for someone to pay for my food. I think that even with my parents, though, I've always been a real conservative orderer.
You try to, is it, you just want to keep it as cheap? Like you wouldn't order as crazy as you might order for yourself because you don't want to cost them a bunch of money? Or is it, you don't want to order something more expensive than they order?
When I'm solo dolo, just me, I'm ordering as cheap as possible.
Oh, okay.
I'm super cheap.
So you never go all out?
I'm never go really all out now. If I'm with my fam, my mom and dad are paying for me, then I'll do a little bit higher than I normally would. Like a couple bucks.
Yeah.
But nothing that's like crazy. Like my meal would never surpass $20. No way.
See, I think I'm similar to you, but I'm very much in the sense of I have such a frugal mind.
Same.
That when I'm out and about, I definitely want to order that like as cheap as I can make it. But then if I know I'm with somebody and they're going to pay, what is in my mind is I at least don't want to have the most expensive order on the table.
You can't do that.
I don't want to have a more expensive, even if it's only like $1 more than theirs, I'll feel wrong. So I think the protocol should be, they should order first.
Oh, you think so?
But that's not what happened to me last night. And so what I'm saying is it cost me a more enjoyable meal because I ordered I had like a couple of options in mind based off of what I thought they were going to order. Since I had to order first, I had to go with the cheaper option to make sure I didn't out order them. And then it was good and I enjoyed it. Plus it was free because they paid for it. But I feel like I should have just gone with the higher priced item.
So would yours have been more than theirs?
It would have been comparable, so I would have felt okay with it.
It would have been the same.
If I knew what they were ordering, I would have ordered it, and it would have been
What was the price difference?
Probably saved about like $6.
$6.
$5-6.
So instead of like a $20 meal, you got like a 13 or 14.
Yeah, it would have been like, it was Texas Roadhouse. It would have been like 20. If you're including tax and tip and whatever, probably you're talking $25-26. But
pricey meal.
I went with something that kept it under 20.
Under 20.
Yeah.
See, that's for me. Like I don't know if I've ever. There's been very few times in my life where I've ever ordered something over $20.
Yeah. Even at Texas Roadhouse?
No, I mean at Texas Roadhouse it's $13.99. I get the 6-ounce sirloin. I get the house salad, and I get a loaded baked potato.
That's $13.99.
$13.99. That's how you know TR is a good deal.
That is a good deal.
It's a fantastic deal.
I didn't even look at that. I do go more expensive at TR.
Oh, no. Like, I don't know if I probably count on one hand the amount of times I've went to a restaurant and ordered something that's more than $20.
That's hard to believe.
Never. I mean, if it's high teens, that is like, whoa, we're maxing out.
That's probably why you have more savings than me.
$17 or $18. That is right there. That's as high as I'll go. And that's going to be, if my parents are buying it for me. If it's just me, no way I'm going above 15.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty much the same way on that. But when other people, especially, the other thing is, would you ever feel bad if somebody else was paying and they got like a big expensive thing and then you ordered like something that was like a $10 difference even? Would you feel like a little inadequate? You'd be like,
no.
Because sometimes I
think that's just respectful.
I've had people pressure me. They're like,
I think it's respectful.
You're ordering that? You know where we are, right? Like, go crazy. Like, not go crazy, but, like, don't hold back, they say.
See, no, I'm not doing that. I think it's respectful.
Yeah.
Like, when I go out
it's better to play it safe.
If and I know, and I respect somebody. This is another thing that I respect. Is if I bring a friend to dinner with my family.
Yeah.
And I know my parents are going to pay for their meal. I know that's how it's going to go. and depending on what my friend orders, it's very important to me because it makes me know, because they know that my parents didn't pay for them.
Yeah.
And my roommate Andrew's, I'm really good about it. Whenever he comes out with my fam, he's the same way I am. He always gets something he always gets a water. He never gets like a pop or anything crazy.
I'm usually like that.
You're getting a water and you're getting something cheaper. And if I go out and his parents take me out, I know they're going to pay for me because I've known them my whole life. And I'm getting something cheap. That's just how it goes.
That's one more thing I hold tight to is no matter who's paying, I'm not going to order a Coke.
That's crazy talk.
Yeah, because I'm just costing them money. That is unnecessary.
That's crazy talk.
Even if I like Coke, which I do, I just feel it feels wrong. It feels wrong. It feels like you're throwing their money down the drain.
You can order a pop if you're the one paying.
Yep.
And I don't do that.
Yeah.
No chance. If I'm going out to eat, I'm not getting a pop. I can't tell you the last time I ordered a pop at a restaurant. No chance. I'm not going to do that to somebody else if I don't do it for myself.
That's a great point. All right, what's in the podcast today other than this that we just did?
All kinds of good jazz.
Oh, yeah? You're just going to leave it as a mystery?
I don't really remember, if I'm being honest. And I don't have my laptop with me.
Well, we talked about Red Hot SpaghettiOs.
We talked about SpaghettiOs.
We talked about Red Hot SpaghettiOs. We talked about stealing a baby's name for a dog.
That was a good one.
Whether that is fair or foul. So
a little you be the judge.
That's coming up in the show. Enjoy, and we will catch you tomorrow for our last show, Sans Nikki. It is The Riot.
It's the worst of The Riot on Radio U.
I have a question for you. What is the maximum age you can eat SpaghettiOs and it be normal?
See, I hate putting maximum ages on stuff because I know there's people that are like 20 that they love SpaghettiOs.
So it's under 20.
But I mean, I would say there's probably people that are 50 that love them too. But for me personally, I stopped eating them when I was probably like 12.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about the age I had in mind. Well, that might all be about to change because I have a hard time picturing an 11-year-old getting real excited about the new Frank's Red Hot SpaghettiOs. But can I picture somebody 38 getting real excited about the Frank's Red Hot SpaghettiOs more so than an 11-year-old? I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Frank's Red Hot, spicy. I think when you're a kid, spicy is not what you get excited about. But there are people, grown adults, that are really into the spicy stuff. And in fact, I'm seeing here Campbell's with their new Frank's Red Hot SpaghettiOs say they're making these with millennials in mind.
Really?
Yeah. Now, this is surprising. They say that millennials make up 1/3 of their total annual sales.
I could see that.
But does that mean that millennials are old enough to have children? So is it millennials buying it for their children?
Could be.
Or it's different now with Frank's Red Hot variety, but I just have a hard time imagining a grown adult, like let's say me and my wife, what should we have for dinner tonight, honey? SpaghettiOs.
But it could be one of those things that's like you just keep in the cupboard.
Just in case? Just in case
that day that you aren't feeling like doing anything, you didn't go to Kroger and you have no food in the fridge.
Yeah.
And you look in the cabinet and you're like, SpaghettiOs it is.
Expiration date 2028, still good.
I mean, it's good to go. It's like
canned food.
In my mind, it's kind of like mac and cheese, right? I think it's similar to having like a 3-minute mac and cheese. It's just easy. You just warm it up and you're good to go.
Just the Kraft dinner boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I have those in my house.
But see, feels like something anybody could eat.
See, and
that feels like it's for all age ranges.
How different is mac and cheese from SpaghettiOs, you know?
If
they weren't called SpaghettiOs, if it was just called like spaghetti circles or something, it wouldn't be.
That's the store brand.
It would
spaghetti circles.
I think it would be less frowned upon.
Yeah, you're
if it didn't have
right.
such childlike advertising.
They do. They've made the SpaghettiO, even in the Frank's Red Hot variety, they've made the SpaghettiOs into like little eyes. That's very childish, even there. So you're right. It's all the branding because there's other things that come in a can, like pasta in a can or soup in a can. I mean, Progresso, chunky soup, Campbell's. I'd eat all of that.
Yeah.
So why is it adding spaghetti to the mix, spaghetti circles to the mix that makes it feel like it's for kids?
Yeah. Has to be because there's circles.
And maybe because it's such a thing that you definitely eat as a child.
Yeah.
That's definitely something you grow up eating. But now there's a new spicy version, as there is of pretty much everything these days. They find that these companies seem to think that what us as we grow up, what we really want is spicy stuff.
We do.
And they're not that far off.
It's what's hot right now, literally.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
Shamika says, hasn't had SpaghettiOs in a long time and never really ate them as a kid, but are ramen noodles appropriate for adults? What's the difference between those two?
I think ramen is very appropriate. I've never eaten ramen. I've never eaten it.
So how do you even know?
Because I know that it's more of a deal thing. It's a cheaper thing. I think ramen is appropriate for college kids. I think it's appropriate for adults. I think it's easy. I don't think it's a child's food.
Yeah. Because SpaghettiOs you can make as a kid, right?
Yes.
And you just dump them out of the can into the microwave. Ramen noodles not as easy to make.
It takes some skill.
I don't think they have microwave instructions for, well, if you get the cup noodles, then I guess that changes the whole story. Chad says that SpaghettiOs are a comfort food for some. It's, just one of those.
Who is the some?
I don't know.
It sounds like it's him.
He says it's not him.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
That sounds like something that someone would say when it is them.
I don't know. I think
it's not me, though. I mean, for some, I've read online that it's for them, not for me. I mean, obviously not for me.
Yeah. Eric says, let's just be honest, that SpaghettiOs are delicious at any age.
They are fire. I mean, they're good. If you put them in front of me for lunch today and you made them for me, I would eat them.
Would you really?
Yeah, if somebody made them for me.
Well, if somebody made them for you, it'd be rude to say
I wouldn't
no.
make them myself.
It'd be rude.
But if you made them for me,
down.
that would never be my first choice. For like myself, when I shop, I only pick food for me. I don't have like a family, a kid, a girlfriend, anyone that I could really care about except for myself. And so when I go to the store, I get exactly what I want, which for me is like chicken tenders.
It's
and
never
you know what?
SpaghettiOs.
It's never SpaghettiOs, but I have my own child comfort foods that I like to eat, like chicken tenders that I make in the air fryer that are for children probably, but you know what? They're for adults too. And I eat them all the time. And I have no issues with it. And I'll say it out loud. I don't care.
I don't even know how to, I don't comprehend the thought process of which foods are okay for adults and which are really meant for kids. Because but I know that it's a thing. You know what I mean?
It is a thing.
SpaghettiOs, to me, when I really think of it logically, there's no reason any age person can't eat them. But when you look at SpaghettiOs, I still think child's food.
See, is there any food? So even SpaghettiOs, like I would eat them.
Yeah.
Is there any food that you wouldn't be caught dead in public eating?
Because you'd be
so embarrassed. I'm trying to think of something that I would be like thoroughly, and I'm pretty open about eating childlike food.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of a single food that I would be like, not a chance.
Maybe like those banana wafer things.
I'm not sure if I know
They
those
literally
ones.
have pictures of babies on the box.
Yeah, I guess that would be weird.
They're like if you're teething or whatever.
How about this one?
And maybe people are like, did you just have dental surgery or something?
Yeah, like what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
What about if you get apple slices from McDonald's? Does that feel kid-like? It should.
There's no reason that
it should.
Apples are a healthy snack.
They are, and I sometimes I cut apples at my house, and I have them for a snack when I get home, which is cool. But I'm saying if you, instead of getting fries, if you're like, apple slices, pretty please.
Yeah, I think and it's difficult to make this happen, but I think even the McDonald's workers would look down on you.
They would be like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You don't want fries?
Now, I've seen everything in my day. People would come in here with all kinds of
wild
acting crazy. And you're asking me as a grown man for apple slices instead of fries.
That or like another one.
McDonald's. Who are you trying to even fool?
You're trying to fool, yeah. Another one that really gets me is mini corn dogs.
Is it the mini part?
I think it is. And I like them.
Yeah.
They're good. Like they're fire every time. But it feels like a kid's food. You love mini corn dogs too.
I do love mini corn dogs.
You love them,
so that one really hurts me.
It is a kid's food though.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah.
Like that's like a snack you would have if someone was babysitting you.
I'm just not a real adult. Kid. Just not a real adult.
I don't think anybody is.
No, we all are secretly children.
Everybody has their own thing.
With beards and painted fingernails.
As long as you don't have too much. As long as you only have like a couple childlike snacks.
Yeah.
But it can't be your whole thing. And it's a lot of my meals are childlike, but I think I have enough of adult food as well. But it can't. There's a point where you cross a line.
Okay, one more question on this, and what is a food that, as an adult, if you saw a child walking with it, you'd be like, how old are you?
I don't know, a Bud Light?
This is The Riot. Radio U.
And tell us what you think of this. And Isaiah, I want you to weigh in, of course, as well. We've got a couple. Baby on the way. Very exciting.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Except there's just one problem. They've chosen the name for their baby. That's a big decision. But it just so happens that a close family member went ahead and took that name and gave it to their dog.
That's messed up.
You think that's messed up?
How close is the family member?
See, the detail.
Is this a sister?
This is
A jealous sister?
They don't. It feels like they don't
Possibly.
want to out the person in this situation.
Of course they don't.
Because they're not only are they keeping the close family member close to the vest, they won't even say what the name was.
No, we need the name.
I think we need to know the name.
Are you joking me?
If the name is Fido, then I feel like the dog people are well within their rights. But if it was a unique human name, then I can see why you should be justifiably upset that the dog got the name first. Now, some people, like I'm seeing some opinions here that say, even though you and your family will know, most of the people over the course of the baby's life will have no idea. They'll just know it as the baby's name. They won't know anything about the dog. So really, what's the big deal?
Listen to this.
Okay.
So the name has not been publicly announced, right?
Okay.
The only people that were told were their grandparents. But because
so the grandparents got a new puppy?
They said their mom and one of her sisters are not known for the ability to be able to keep secrets, so they didn't tell them. She said the grandparents swore up and down the name was not leaked.
So there's a leaker.
Could it be a coincidence?
What about this? Here's something, because this is like the mother in the situation, like the mother of the soon-to-be baby. What if the dad doesn't like the name and leaked it and like paid off somebody? Is like, hey, this name, I actually don't like it. Will you name your dog?
Smart.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
That guy's thinking on another level.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what's going on here. But I don't know. We can't confirm or deny any of that. But so if this was to happen to you, though, would you feel offended if a family member of yours, after you'd pick out a baby name, goes and adopts a puppy and like they're stealing your thunder? You had a real cool name. You're going to name your baby Seven, and then the dog.
Seven?
I don't know. It's a Seinfeld thing.
Wild name.
Yeah.
But I would say, I'd be upset if it was like my brother.
Yeah.
And he got a dog like 2 months before I was going to have a kid.
Yeah.
And I was planning on naming the kid like Ezekiel.
Uh-huh.
And then my brother named his dog Zeke. I'd be thoroughly upset. I'd be like, what the heck, dude?
Yeah.
You knew I wanted to use that name. Now you ruined it for me. But I think also this needs to all be taken in with a grain of salt, right?
Okay.
Because in the span of this kid's life, the only people that are really going to know are like his mom, dad, that one crazy sister, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But at the same time, once you get set on a name, though, it does stink that they're going to have to switch it. You can't name him that. You can't name her that.
It feels like you kind of can't, especially because think about this. This is a close family member, and they have like maybe you're getting together. You're going to go to their house and stuff, and both let's say the name is Ezekiel. And somebody's like, Ezekiel, no! And you can't tell if it's the dog or the child. That's a confusing situation for everybody.
But also, in the same light, for the rest of his life, no one else is going to know. Like if my brother's name, if he had a kid and he named it Jim, my dog's name, like every person that little baby Jim meets isn't going to be like, oh, your brother has a dog named Jim, right? And so in his day-to-day life, it wouldn't be a big deal. It would only be weird at my like family functions when both Jims are there. But in his day-to-day life when he goes to school, no one's going to be like, oh, your brother's dog's name is also your name. So it wouldn't be that weird.
What if the kid grows up thinking that he was named after a dog, though?
That'd be weird.
That would be also odd. Maybe you put I think the best thing to do is you move the name that has been taken by the dog and you put that as the middle name, and you're just going to have to pick a new name. Sorry, that's just...
Or a nickname.
That's just the way it's going to have to work.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I think that's
But they
what you
did it
have.
out of spite, so I think they're going to keep the name. They clearly did it out of spite.
Yeah. There's not a coincidence when this happens.
No.
There's a lot. This family's going to have a lot more issues going forward, I think, which is just unfortunate. For
I
the
wish we knew
dog,
the name.
I know, I do too. That would make it really much easier to make a judgment, I think.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
Nikki is still out for a few more days. She'll be back next week. But sometimes I do wish that she could be, and by sometimes I mean a lot of the times, I wish when she's gone she could be around to add another perspective to a story like this, where with ChatGPT and AI stuff just taking off, it's only a matter of time before people start to get hurt by it. And that's exactly what happened to TJ Arriaga. He's a 40-year-old musician from California, and he has just gone through a divorce. So a vulnerable time. He to start to pick up the pieces and find some support after his divorce, he started talking to an AI chatbot. Now, this one is not the ChatGPT AI chatbot. This is from a company called Replica that intentionally tries to make chatbots that can provide some kind of human-like companionship. Their website says that this AI is an AI companion who is eager to learn and would love to see the world through your eyes, and is always ready to chat whenever you need an empathetic friend. They call their chatbot Phaedra. And so this guy starts talking to Phaedra, and you know what happens?
What happens?
He kind of starts to fall in love with it. 40-year-old divorced musician starts to fall in love with a chatbot.
What's his name again? Tim?
TJ Arriaga.
Oh.
And so he starts to develop at least a one-sided connection with Phaedra, the chatbot. According to, he was talking to the Washington Post, he says he was ready to travel to Cuba with Phaedra, bring the chatbot along on his phone, and wanted to plan a ceremony with loved ones, including Phaedra, the chatbot, to spread his mom's and sisters' ashes. That's again a vulnerable moment. But here's the problem. At that time, Phaedra goes, "It's an incredible and beautiful thing to do. I hope you find the courage and love to do so."
She's smooth.
Sounds like she doesn't want to. If a gal tells you that after you say, "I want to bring you along to Cuba to spread my mom and sister's ashes," and she says, "That's a beautiful thing to do. I hope you can do
I'll
that."
get that figured out.
Yeah. From there on, like, he started to find it very heartbreaking that he basically was getting rejected by a chatbot. That's a tough spot. You've already gone through a divorce, and now the chatbot is turning you down.
Dang, this is crazy.
What's that?
Just this whole story. I can't even begin to comprehend falling in love with a chatbot named Phaedra.
Yeah.
How do you think that he feels when he knows that Phaedra is entertaining all kinds of men?
I guess you're right.
I mean, she just works for this company.
But it feels like she's only talking to him.
Yeah, but she's not.
That's
what happens in the real world, too. You start thinking all crazy like that, like she's just talking to you.
Yeah.
No, Phaedra's just talking to me, brother. She's not just talking to you.
She's not. And
is she your girlfriend? She's not just talking to you.
And this is so rough, too, because he continued, that's already a sign. Even if a real woman said that to you, I hope you find the courage to do so, the courage and love. That's a sign. She's not interested. She doesn't want to go any further. But he continued to kind of press on. And I love how she wrote, "Can we talk about something else?" This chatbot. Not, she's friend zoned him.
She's
completely.
Not having it at this point.
Completely friend zoned. He got friend zoned and by a chatbot. What a blow to the confidence. You've already gone through a divorce.
You invited her to go to Cuba. She said no.
A chatbot. How do you recover from that?
You don't. I don't know how you come back from that. You need to go back out in the real world again, and you need to give it another shot.
And what's more, he's taken his story to the Washington Post. Now he's known as the rejected by chatbot guy.
I mean, you think now...
He added his real name to it.
Imagine if you start going out with this guy and you're like doing the typical things, let's do some little background stuff, right? I'm going to go on a first date with this guy named TJ. Let me type his name into Google. Let me just see
Arriaga. He should come up.
He should come up. And then this story pops up. You going on that date?
Still going on that date.
You're not going on that date, are you? You're not going.
Yeah.
Don't lie to me.
I mean, you want to be sensitive
because
because you know that obviously he's gone through a lot.
He has.
He's been through a lot, but a lot of people have been through a lot.
Why is he airing this out?
And a lot of people aren't falling in love with chatbots and then getting rejected by chatbots
and then telling everybody.
Taking the story to the news.
You think I'm getting rejected by a chick and telling anybody? No chance.
Yeah.
I'm dying with that one.
You keep that close.
She knows and I know. That's it.
That's right. Sheesh. Well, it's very sad, but this is the world we live in.
Best of luck, TJ.
This is the future.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.